Hey guys, what's up? Dizzy Nuts here. How you guys doing? Today we're going to be talking about tripods. The ones that I have, the ones that I use, and what I use them for. Let's go. Okay, tripods. Now, if you've probably seen in my previous videos, I did talk about the lenses and all that other fun stuff that I have in the bag, but I haven't talked about the tripods that I use and the ones that I use in the park. So there's a couple of tripods that I use, and they come from different sizes. As you know, tripods come in all different shapes and sizes. And I'll start from the first one that I got all the way to the probably the newest one that I got. Now, the first tripod that I ended up buying for myself, or actually invested a lot of money, and I say a lot of money, which is this one, which is the Me Photo, and it cost me around 160 bucks at the time. And what I liked of this tripod is that it actually comes in different colors, so you can actually personalize to your style, if you want to call it that way. And it's basically the Me Photo Road Trip. And you actually, the way that you carry it, you put the legs up backwards like this, and you hang it off of the side of your bag, and that's it. And this is what I would use probably for the first couple of years, walking around the parks for photos and stuff like that. Now, the cool thing of the Me Photos is that they're really sturdy tripods. I'll be honest with you. They're great as for, you know, they're not going to flimsy on you. They don't feel flimsy. This feels really good. You can actually use this as a weapon if needed. The only downside that I have of this tripod was that the ball head, for some reason, got locked up one time, and I couldn't get it to unlock. And I think I emailed the guys at Me Photo asking what should I do, and they said, well, you got to send it in, pay the shipping, and all this other stuff. And I said, you know what? For being the ball head, to be honest with you, what I just do, I just get another one off of Amazon. I made sure that the plate that was on the top was compatible with the Me Photo one, which is an Arca plate, what they call it. And it was the same size, which was 50. So I have one plate on my camera, and it's compatible with all my tripods, because you can eventually get just the ball head, which is like 20-30 bucks depending what you're looking for. So this was the first tripod I got. I used for a bunch of things. I actually got it because I wanted to shoot over people's heads in Hollywood studios. Fantasy in the Sky was going off. They had fireworks they would shoot from inside the Hollywood studios, and I wanted to shoot it from the end of the street, but I always had the problem that my other tripods were really small, and I needed something to shoot over people's heads, so that's why I ended up getting this one. The next tripod that I got, and it wasn't in this particular order, was a similar tripod, but in this case it's from Neewer, but it's actually basically the same thing. In case of the legs, it's different because the way that the legs are set is, instead of rotating out, you actually pop them here and then you pull them out, etc. And this is basically the same thing. You flip the legs the other way around, and that's where you store it. And it came with its own ball head, which is again compatible with the Arca plate. So the plate that I have on my camera from the Me Photo tripod works as well. As you can see here, it's the same size. A little different on the front and stuff like that because it got like a little leveler on it. But as for compatibility, it works great. And you know, you got your release here for the release of the ball head, and works awesome, and way cheaper as well. So that was this is the second tripod that I use, and many times I'll sometimes take this one if I have to take a longer tripod because it's lighter, even though it's longer. But it's a great tripod. Okay. Now the third tripod that I have here is one that I've been mentioning a lot, and the one that I've been taking probably the most of the parks. And again, it's another tripod from Neewer. And it's probably like 20 inches, as you can see here. It is awesome. You can set the legs out in two different positions. So if you're shooting really low, you can actually have it like this, where the legs are pretty much a little bit more sticking out. Or if not, you want to do your regular, you know, set it up like this. Obviously, it doesn't go up or down. But again, the ball head is compatible with the Arca plate. So same thing, nothing fancy here. You know, you release the ball head from here and you tighten it on the top. What I like of this one is that you can actually extend the legs a little bit, so you can still get some reach off of this one, which is pretty cool. So not all your shots are going to be looking like if they're on from the ground up. And what I like of this one also is it's got these little foam things here, so sometimes I'll use this to like put pressure on the side of the railings and stuff like that. So let's say you're on a railing and you want to, you know, try to put a little bit of pressure on it so it doesn't move, because I'll sometimes shoot off of the sides of railings with this tripod, believe it or not. And I'll set the, you know, the little foam things here, and I'll hold it, and hopefully for the best, it doesn't shake. And so this is tripod number 3 that I have, and this is probably the one that's most of the time inside my bag, to be honest with you. The next one I have is this one, which is a Manfrotto, which you've probably seen all the bloggers with, which is the Manfrotto Pixie. And it's a great little tripod, to be honest with you. The only thing with this tripod is obviously the smaller you get the tripods, the bigger the lens, just by forces of nature, it's going to tip over. So you got to be very careful with that. Now, I will be honest, when it comes to little tripods like this, 99% of the time, I'll leave the camera strap over my neck, and I'll just be standing right there next to the tripod with the camera, because I just don't, these things, while they're great and they hold the camera, I just don't trust a $1,000 camera to go forward and losing your lens or whatever. So this is the Manfrotto Pixie, and this one, the construction on this is amazing, to be honest with you, because even though it's small and the legs are made out of plastic, the ball head is actually made out of metal. And this thing, if you press it here and release the ball head, and as soon as you release it, it locks, and it will lock and it will not move. It is really amazing how it works. And you can see it actually, hopefully you can see that the ball head has its has lines there of, so once you release this button, it's going to lock itself there, and it's not going anywhere. So this is another amazing little tripod, and this is the one that all the bloggers use. You'll see them, walking around with the camera on top, and but this one holds my Canon 80D, believe it, a Canon 80D in one lens with no problem. And this is, like I said, you could set this up anywhere and it works great. And again, the Arca plate that I bought for the camera, because again, all these, if for any reason it comes with a ball head, all these tripods have the standard screw here that you can buy this plate separately and just put it on there, and off you're ready to go. And there you got the plate, which is compatible with what you have in your camera. That way you're not changing plates on the camera. Okay, now talking of all these tripods and other stuff, I do want to say that, don't get too focused on having to buy a really expensive tripod because it's going to improve your photography. That's just not how it works. Sure, when it comes to lenses, when it comes to camera, yes, lenses are going to make a really big difference. Camera's going to make a really big difference. When it comes to the tripod, there's not going to make any difference. It's not going to make your photography better or anything like that. As long as you get a tripod that holds the camera still and keeps it stable, you will be fine. And I want to give an example. A while back, I had a couple of photos that were featured in this book, which is one you get off of Amazon, and it's sold a bunch of millions of books and stuff like that. A bunch of us photographers were featured on this book, and I had actually 5 photos featured here. But the one that I liked the most was actually the one that was featured in the centerfold, which is this one. And you can see here, it's the castle. From the back, it was a long exposure. And I took this photo with probably a 6-inch tripod shooting off of a trash can. Okay, so just to give you an idea that here I am, with a 6-inch tripod shooting off of a trash can, and the photo gets featured for the centerfold. So don't get too focused on it has to be a certain brand and stuff like that. And I know many people, has to be the German one, the 3-legged one, whatever. I'm sure they're awesome tripods, but I've found that even using sometimes a backpack, if I don't have anything available, works. I've even shot stuff from the ground up, and to be able to give the angle, give it that angle, I actually put my wallet underneath the lens and I put it tilted backwards. So use what you have, and if you got the money to spend on gear, when it comes to tripods, go for it. It's your money, not mine. But I've found that using these simple devices and stuff that I found, they're sturdy enough for me and they work, and hopefully they'll work for you. I'll put a link to all of the devices that I have here that I showed you on the description. Okay guys, well that's it here from home, showing you the tripods that I use. Until then guys, stay awesome. See ya, bye.